Hi Aquarius, this is Yonda from Truth of Change Tarot, and I'm here to do your May 2017 reading. So first I want to say thank you to all the people who liked, shared, and subscribed to my channel. Thank you very much. So let's get started with your reading. So your overall message for May 2017 is discovery. So let's read what that means here. Making sure all my crystals are here. I got a bunch of crystals. Anyways, where is it? Okay, so are you trying to recapture a past that no longer fits? If you're presently upset or struggling with a difficult situation, you may be seeking to keep something that is far less than what you deserve. Am I happy in this situation? How is it benefiting me? The healing of predetermined agreements must be addressed. Awareness is healing. Key ideas are leaving the past behind, a readiness for a new adventure, a willingness to venture into uncharted territory, a new level of self-care. And the phrase that goes with it is, I am more than I think I am. And your clarifying cards are healing, obviously, and travel. So, what that is basically saying to me is that there is a path that you're being asked to take. There's a new journey that you're that is a requirement for your heart, for you to be connected to your higher self. New chapter. But one of the things that you're being asked to jump over, or the hurdles you're being asked to tackle, is to figure out what situations in your life are not sustainable, and to know when to discern what is sustainable, and what is you turning away from a potential happy situation. So almost just like having an excuse of like, oh, I can't do this, so I might as well just walk away. You know, that's kind of what I'm getting with this. It's like asking you to leave the past behind so you're open to be prepared for the future. But sometimes you're leaving, there's a future that's waiting for you, and you're turning your back towards it. It doesn't even have to just be because of a past like situation, work project, partnership, whatever. It just could be a mindset of lack, of scarcity, is what I'm getting. And what the emphasis here too is on healing. It's finding a way to address the trauma, to address the experiences that really shook you. And having a new relationship with the energy so you're able to move forward and not assume and project that whatever situations that are coming into your life will have that. And with the travel card, it's like it's really asking you to have a sense of faith in this process of discovery, of being able to push yourself to be open to new experiences, to move towards, you know, hope and happiness here. You know, the butterfly has done that growth work. It's transformed, and now it's moving. You know, moving to a new path. And with you can see here too, with the, you see the snowflake here. Sort of the kind of crux of this journey is finding yourself as an individual. And I know for you, Aquarius, you're very much about doing things for the higher good. But I think right now it's really asking you to focus on what satisfies you, what makes you feel good. And not what makes you feel, and realizing that you deserve the highest of the high. You know, you deserve the best. And part of you understanding you deserve the best is healing that idea that you're not worthy. Or because if you're presented with something that is very much supposed to be attuned with your wavelength, and you don't take advantage of it, a lot of it has to do with this feeling of unworthiness, feeling like if you just hold it, it's not sustainable. That's what I was talking about, just running away from situations as opposed to walking away from situations. Being able to discern that is going to be the healing process to allow you to move forward towards, you know, towards growth. All right, So let's get to the love part of the reading. So you have the Hermit here in reverse. You have a Hermit in reverse. You have a Hermit 3 times in this reading, by the way. And then you have the Judgment here in reverse. So Hermit in reverse and Judgment in reverse. So with these two cards, it's definitely talking about a lack of introspection. A lack of introspection regarding what satisfies you in relationships. Because all you're, like I said, all you're focusing on is the past and trying to engage in past, current relationships, partnerships, opportunities in a way that you assume that the outcome is going to be just like it has been in the past. Yeah. So you're holding on here with the Ten of Wands. You're holding on to all those ideas. You have a lot of passion to give, but you're holding back. You're holding back because you're not really sure here with the Hermit in reverse. You're not really sure because you haven't done that work. You haven't really sure who's worthy of it, and when someone's worthy, you don't know whether or not to give it away. Yeah. And with the Fool here, this new beginning is here waiting. This new beginning is gonna happen as a result of you releasing those burdens, knowing this is the end of the cycle, knowing that it's time to let go, it's time to move on from all the introspection that you need to do. There's gonna be a cutoff point. There's gonna be a cutoff point to all the overthinking, overanalyzing. Take the steps to do that, but don't get caught up in it, because if you do, you're just gonna carry a whole bunch of burdens about those thoughts. But it's asking you to do that work, get the information, and release it, so you're able to be open to this new beginning. And the other card that you got to clarify the Judgment is the Six of Wands. So you'll be able to have the confidence to make the decision, because right now the decision is being blocked. The decision is not moving forward. And with the Page of Wands here, it's like there's some sort of communication that's happening. Either this is a communication happening towards you, or it's communication happening. That's communication that you're doing towards another person, where you're communicating your passion towards them. You're communicating your desires. You're communicating the drive and the motivation you have towards this connection or connections. Yeah. King of Swords here. This is you. This is you and your highest purpose. Like, this is what you're going to get to in May. If you choose to do that healing work, if you choose to carry on, continue the momentum of that healing work continue the momentum of that healing work by moving towards what serves you, letting go of a past that it's almost like you're trying to wear this jacket that's so tight. You washed it so many times and you put bleach in it and stuff, and now you just wear it. It's all itchy and doesn't fit. Like, you gotta go donate that to Goodwill. Donate that mindset to Goodwill. Just let it go. It might fit somebody else, but it's not fitting you right now, so you gotta let it go. Because you have the vision, you have the know-how, you have the drive, you have the information necessary to move forward on this connection, on these connections or opportunities. Communicate that passion as soon as you have the confidence to do so. Because if you are, one thing that really spoils connections is if there's a sense of uncertainty, if a sense of not being sure whether or not you want to have that connection. And there's a balance to it. Everybody's a little bit uncertain or hesitant when you're entering a partnership or partnerships, in a relationship or partnerships. But what I think this is saying, especially with the Judgment in reverse here, is be sure. Be very sure. Take the time to be sure. That's the work that will allow you to continue momentum. Like, you think about what you want, and then you apply it, and then you're really sure. Communicate your passions. Because if you kind of holding on to the information, like I said, with the Ten of Wands, hold it in, don't really communicate it, you're not going to be able to get what you want. But once you do that communication here, Aquarius, because you have you at the highest self that you are doing, the highest way of communication, pushing forward as a result of that information, as a result of the response of whatever person or people or opportunities that you're expressing your desires towards. Once you have the information, you'll be able to move forward. But if you don't do that first step, you're not even going to know what could be. You'll just be focused on what could have been, with that person or people in the past. All right. So we have, for the couples here, the Ten of Cups in reverse and the Hierophant. So with the Ten of Cups in the here, reverse in the Hierophant, it just seems like things are really emotionally unfulfilling because there's a desire to adhere to the status quo. The desire to adhere to these societal expectations and don't fit you and are really draining. But let's get some more information. Yeah. So you have the Two of Wands here in reverse, and then the Queen of Cups in reverse. Two of Wands and Queen of Cups. So with the Two of Wands and the Ten of Cups, it's this lack of balance, it seems like, or this draining energy. Lack of balance as a result of draining energy, especially with the Queen of Cups here. All the energy is going down into the ground and being wasted. So a decision has been made around. So I think what it's saying is that a decision needs to be made about why the situation is unfulfilling, why the situation has led you to feel like you need to be connected to the status quo, making you feel like you need to have a philosophy or a doctrine or a mindset that fits, like I said earlier with the Discovery card, fits, the past. And with the Queen of Cups, this is a draining situation. It's just draining you of your confidence and of your hope. Because you're trying to achieve here with the King of Pentacles, the stability. You're trying to have a vision of stability and long-term connection, but that vision is being distorted. Yeah. With the Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords here in reverse. Like I said, that vision is being distorted. That you don't know where to go. Your thoughts are scattered. You don't feel confident in yourself as a result here. Either this is you or how your partners are showing up. But it's asking you here with the Five of Wands the Five of Swords in reverse to release that conflict. Be vulnerable to the changes, meaning people being swept out of your life. And this is not just going to happen by luck. This is the work that you're going to do. You're going to have to put the work in to release those rigid boundaries and also know when, like I said earlier, know when to discern, know who to keep in your life. Just doing that work so you're able to kind of release the conflict, rather. Because that conflict is really just making you feel some type of way about yourself. It's making you feel drained. It's really, really draining you of your core. And making you feel scatterbrained, like I said earlier. But like I said, the root of it is just being in an emotionally unsatisfying situation that adheres to the status quo and doesn't provide you with the flexibility that you need to find that will lead you to the stability that you're envisioning and desiring. All right, so let's get to the work, passion, and community. So you have the Knight of Pentacles here, the Hermit in reverse here again, and the Queen of Swords, your energy. So the Knight of Pentacles is definitely looking towards the past here. Looking at past projects, connections, and partnerships in terms of your career, community, or work. And there's almost like a sense of nostalgia. This sense of kind of working through what has happened in the past in order to be able to integrate the knowledge here with the Hermit. Integrate the knowledge to be able to continue to move forward here with the Queen of Swords here objectively. But let's get more information. Interesting. Alright, so you have the King of Wands here in reverse and the Five of Wands in reverse. So with the King of Wands and the Five of Wands, both reversed, it seems like they're kind of this sense of nostalgia is happening because of a plan or a project or a connection that kind of went awry. Because to me, this is an energy. It's not necessarily a person. With the King of Wands, it's like a vision that you had to manifest or shape this project you're deeply passionate about, this vision you're deeply passionate about, this ideal you're deeply passionate about. You're kind of just looking at that. And with the Hermit, I'm going to clarify the Hermit specifically. Tell me more about the Hermit. Alright. Seven of Wands in reverse. So almost like because this situation went awry, it's almost like you're kind of hiding in your shell. Because you have the Seven of Wands here in reverse, and that tells me just a sense of defensiveness and a sense of I don't know where the word complacency came up, but the sense of defensiveness, defensiveness that you're enabling to protect your ego because this project did not happen the way you want. And now that you're trying to move forward, it's almost like you're kind of jumping the gun with how this current project is going to happen. Like you're kind of being really protective and not really allowing other people to have their feedback. Or this is the people around you. And with the Mother of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Five of Wands in reverse, it's saying to release that defensiveness, have an objective view, have a rational view. You know, take the past for what it is, use it as knowledge for now, but don't use it as information about what could happen. You know, releasing all these different ideas about what could be and focusing on what is. 2 more cards. Right. Release the ideas of what could be and focusing on what is. You know, with the Ten of Swords here, it's talking about the worst of worst happening and sort of releasing that mentality of overthinking things, overanalyzing things, over projecting things, over planning things, like all these things, this mentality of this that's out of a sense of self-protection and not really allowing you to move forward. And with the Three of Wands, you're not allowing things to come in. You know, you're doing the work that's necessary and important, but if you're too busy kind of tweaking everything all the time, you know, newness is not going to be able to come in. That's the last card here. And the Sun card here in reverse is talking about having a sense of playfulness and joy, having a sense of lightness, having a sense of feeling passionate, actually feeling passionate. I think that's what is part of why that project in the past or that connection in the past or whatever didn't happen the way you want, because you were just going too hard. You're going ham. And you need to allow this sense of happiness and sense of joy and playfulness. And, you know, I know it's work, but shit, like, you have to enjoy what you're doing to an extent, or you're just gonna be like, I'm like, just getting the sense of being a perfectionist. If you're being a perfectionist, you're not going to allow room for mistakes. You're not going to allow room for joy. You're not going to allow for any other emotions besides work, you know, and that is not fulfilling. So, all right, so let's get to the spirituality, higher purpose, and additional messages. So you have the Death card here. The Hermit, again. See, I told you 3 times. And the Sun card here again. So what your challenge is, letting change coming in. Letting go. Pushing forward. Because this Death card is inevitable. So things are changing. Things are happening. Opportunities are presenting itself. Things are being broken and disconnected that don't serve you. You know, like I said with Discovery card. Things that are not fitting are being stripped off of you, donated to Goodwill, or donated to other people who need those experiences. Either way, the sense of change is happening. And like I said with the Hermit card here, that's been really important throughout your reading is this sense of introspection, doing the work but not going too ham about the work. That's what you need to know. Like, it's really important, I'm going to clarify that too. It's really important for you to take the time to find clarity. But if you're overthinking it, like I said, with the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands, if you're overthinking it, you're just going to gather all these burdens and gather all this information that will just make things even more cloudy and confusing. Oop. Yeah. Let faith step in. You know, that's a lot. That's a sense of you doing that work and kind of knowing that the outcome that needs to happen is going to happen, is having faith in yourself and having faith in the universe. And as a result here with the Sun card, that playfulness, that joy, that excitement, new opportunities being exposed, you having new energy and motivation is what the outcome is of you, and also the advice. So, all right, so your overall piece of advice for May 2017 is, I allow stillness to heal and reveal. So this sense of stillness, it's really settling your mind. Because once you're able to settle your mind, it will allow you to be in a place of healing, allow you to have a different perspective, a change of perspective. And that change of perspective will reveal opportunities that have been right in front of you that you have not been honoring. And those doors that have been open the whole time, you'll be able to have the mindset to be open, to realize that they're open, and they have been open, and they're waiting for you. So that's your reading. If this makes sense, if it resonates, hit me up for a personal reading. We can talk it out, work it out, think it out, and just get to the bottom of this shit. Because everybody has shit, but this is your shit, so let's figure it out. And I have full moon and new moon readings that I do every month on my Instagram, and I put them on my website as well. My Instagram is @truthschangetarot, and my website is truthschange.tumblr.com. Check that out, and thanks for watching. Blessings.